to my knitting podcast, Knittinginden. My name is Ivonne. I'm 53 years old and I live in the Netherlands. And I have a Dutch podcast on here since September. And I was thinking maybe it would be nice to do it also in English, because I can reach more people. So my plan is to record an English podcast, maybe at first once a month. My Dutch podcast is once every 2 weeks. And yeah, I thought if I don't try it, you'll never know if it works. So welcome here. Hopefully it will I have a coffee. Sometimes I think I lost for words. I love to talk English because I'm a big fan of London. That you can see on my mug. I spoke a lot of English before the COVID pandemic. I traveled to London 3 times a year. But in the COVID period, we all stayed at home, and the English speaking is on a lower level, and that's such a pity, because when you speak in another language than your own, it's important that you practice a lot. So I was thinking for weeks now, should I do it in English also? I know I don't do it because maybe it sounds stupid or whatever. All the reasons you can think of to don't do it. And now was the day I thought I'm going to do it. And I can always not share it, just record it, and then I think, okay, it's nothing, I don't share. I still want to make podcast in Dutch because I have a lot of lovely followers, subscribers, and I don't want to do it only in English. That's not the meaning. This is gewoon extra. Dus this is my coffee. I've got a coffee and I've got a cup of water in my knittinginden te leuk mug. And on the other side is my Coziest Memories blanket. I will tell something about myself. I am a mother of 2 sons. One is 23 and one is 19. I'm a single mom for over 18 years. I think over 19 years, almost 20. We live in a very nice house here in Hengelo in the east of Holland. And yeah, I'm very happy. Happy with my boys, happy with my life. I worked in a warehouse, in a big shop in the Netherlands called the HEMA. Maybe people will know it. For almost 35 years. But last year I quit that job. I took another job, but that was not my thing. So now I have got a little bit of free time, and yeah, knitting is my absolute addiction on this moment. I love knitting. I knit most of the day. When I wake up, I knit. When I sit, I knit. That's what the most people say. That's what I do. In the beginning, I just knitted things for my Cindy dolls. I have a collection of Cindy dolls. Maybe you know what it is, like a Barbie doll, but then Cindy. Cindy is a doll from the UK, and I collect these dolls since 1993. And that's I was a little bit impatient to knit something for myself, so I thought, for the Cindy's is nice because it's a little garment. It's not so much work. So I knitted a lot for them, and 2 years ago, I think, I thought, now is it time to knit something for myself. So then I started really knitting for myself, and the side note is that my mother was a knitter too, but she passed away unfortunately in 2019. And when she passed away, I thought, oh, that's a pity. She cannot knit socks for me anymore, or I cannot show her my Cindy garment, what I knit. That's what we did via WhatsApp, sending each other the photos of what we make. So when she passed away, it was like she said to me through heaven, Ivonne, you have to knit socks. You have to knit because I'm not there anymore, so you have to do it. So that's when I started to knit more and more. And then it's not a day goes by that I don't knit. I can't even imagine 3 years ago, what did I do? When I sit, I knit. I love yarn. I'm a yarn addict. I'm a Cindy addict. I'm a London addict. There's more to tell, but that's maybe something for later. So yeah, I'm going to start to let you see some of my Cindy garments that I knit. This is one of the new dolls. She's from the play line, and I knit her this lovely sweater. It's a little bit big because the yarn is a little bit too thick for this little doll garments, but I think it's a lovely sweater. Most of the patterns for the Cindy's, that's what I sell. How do you say it? It's in my head, and I knit it. I just think, oh, I need so many stitches. I don't do it in the round. So I make 2 parts and then 2 sleeves, and then I knit it together. Dus that's one of them. And even kijken. And like this one is another one. And mostly I buy the yarns for the Cindy clothes on flea markets or thrift shops, a little bit leftovers, and then I make a little garment. So that is what I did 2 years ago every day, until I thought, and now it's enough, I have to knit for myself. Now the things I knit the most, the first I think 2 years, were scarves, shawls, crochet. I did crochet triangles. I did long scarves, and this is my latest finished object. This is the Fiddly Bitscall. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's all with leftover sock yarn. It's a very easy pattern. I have hoe zeg je dat in het Engels? It's a spiral needle. I don't know what the name is in English. So I put, the pattern says that you have to cast on 126 stitches, but then it was too tight on this, so I did 146 stitches, and then you can knit and knit and knit around, and when your piece of leftover is nearly to the end, you make a knot and you go on with another. So I did most 4 to 3 rows, and then I put another color on. So I'm very happy with the end result. It's a little bit wide here. It could be a little bit more to your, hoe zeg je dat? Closer to your neck, but okay, it's done. I don't do it again, not now. Maybe in the future I will make another one from my other leftovers, but this is what I finished. I started this shawl cowl is it, I started this on, I think, 26 November 2022, and it was last week I finished it, and I make it I sewed it together. I didn't do a provisional cast on. That was what the pattern says, but I didn't. I was a bit impatient when I started, and then I thought, oh, I will see how I will do this, but it's not as neat as you do a provisional cast on. There's better to do, but maybe with the next shawl. But yeah, you put it like do it like this, and then like this, and it's nobody will see this. Yeah, sewing seam. Oh yeah, nobody will see the seam unless they go closer maybe, or they're knitters themselves, but I don't mind. It's a very lovely project to work on. I've inspired a lot of people in the Netherlands to make it also. This is my finished object for the first episode in English. Sorry for my I hope I will not do that too much, because that's not nice to hear. But yeah, we'll have to start somewhere. The second finished object that I finished just now were my scrappy socks. I have to weave in the ends for this sock. This is already done. And I cast it on 64 stitches on a 2.5 millimeter needle. Then my leg is I always choose to do 14 centimeters. Then I do the shadow wrap short row heel, and I learned it through Earth Tones Girl. And then I knit, and when I knit, I fit it all. And when I think okay, it fits, then I start with the toe. Yeah, I have two different pairs. I don't mind. It doesn't have to be matchy for me, and I'm very happy. Oh, yeah, the nice thing to tell is maybe we have in Holland we have on this moment a swap. We call it the Dutch the Easter wool swap 2023, and we swapped a lot of minis and leftovers with the people who joined in, and that's what where I knit this from. So this was a really nice mini ball that I had today, and I made it. I closed it here. So that's my second finished object. I like the scrappy socks, but I don't like the how do you say it in English? The holes and when you pick up a new color, that's always fiddly. I don't like that. So I don't know if I will make another pair, but not in a recent near future. But I love, they're suiting very nice, so I will love them and wear them with pleasure. So that's my second finished object. For now, I've got so many things on the needles. I'm a scrap queen. I love indeed the scrappy projects. That's my absolute favorite, because I don't like to knit in one color. I think it's very boring, long and around. So my most projects will be colorful. So when you see here, I knit the Vertices Unite. This was last month finished object. Maybe I can show it. And I choose all colors I like. I think it's a hard choice to choose. When you start a project, you think, oh, what colors do I like? And yeah, but it's turned out very nice. This one I knit on 3.5 millimeter needles, Chow Goose, and the yarn is from Atelier Sopra here in the Netherlands, and it's 100% merino wool. It's a very squishy, soft shawl. I did not block it because I think it is not necessarily. It's pretty also, yeah, it's already pretty, that's what I want to say. And yeah, this shawl is knit by so many people. I saw it, of course, in other podcasts, and everybody says this is my most worn shawl. So I thought I have to knit one too. Look, yeah, the weather is warming up here in Holland. So soon we don't need shawls anymore. But when it's cold, I still wear a shawl. This morning it was still cold, so I wore my shawl to when I was grocery shopping. So this is a very nice, I think it's a very nice color combination. But what I say, it's always hard to choose the colors. That's my opinion. So it's always, yeah, you have, when it's from the needles, then you see, oh, it's really nice. Sometimes when I'm knitting on it, I think, oh, did I make the right choices? Is it nice? But yeah, I think it's really, really nice. So this was my finished object from last month. De Vertitionite van Stephen West. I am an absolute fan from Stephen West. He's echt a real genius. The first shawl I made was the Twist and Turns. Before that, I never did knit a shawl from Stephen West. I always thought, oh, it's not my thing, or the chevrons. I don't know if I like that. But when he was coming with the Twist and Turns mystery knit along, I thought, yeah, when you don't try it, you don't know it. So I went fully on it. I had the time. That was in my advance, and I knit it in 30 days. No, I started October 6th, and I knit it. It was finished, I think, 31 November, I think. November 1st. These colors are not my favorite. Yeah, they're my favorite colors, but the color combination, I would do it now differently. When I'm knitting, should knit it again, I would choose differently. He said, because you don't know what you knit, he said you have to choose colors you like. And I'm always liking red, I like pink, and I like the lighter color. But I think my shawl looks like a candy stick from Christmas. But I'm very proud of this. It was such a nice knit. I loved it. Echt. I hated it sometimes. I loved the twisted rib. This part, it was okay. I didn't like the cast on, cast off, but it was also fun. It was a little bit double. What I don't like about the shawl is this. In my version, you see it very, very clear, I think. And I like this part and this part better. And this, oh, this is so soft. I love it. I knit the red, and the white is off-white, is a commercial sock yarn. Because it was my first Stephen West shawl, I didn't want to buy the more expensive yarns. And this was a handmade, hand-painted, hand-dyed yarn from Atelier Sobra again. And I don't wear it a lot, not because I don't dare to, but I don't think this part is not sitting well. This is, when you do it, drape it a little bit, then it's too loose. When you go on a bike, here in Holland we all bike a lot. I've got an e-bike, and then you go very fast, 25 kilometers per hour, and then it's always too cold. So I think this shawl is more like inside the house or over your shoulders. Yeah, despite of that, I'm very proud of this knit. It's my artwork knit. It's my first Stephen West. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong side. So that's yeah, that was my first knit from Stephen West, and after that I am attached to his knits, but I'm not the only one. I love it. Yeah. Then I am knitting like all the scrappies. Every day I knit on my coziest memories blanket. Even kijken. Sometimes I will throw Dutch words through it, because that's the language I feel best by. I can express myself at best in. Okay, look at this. This are the squares I did the last 2 weeks from my wool swap. This one I did today, and this one also. So this is such a nice project. I love it. I saw this, of course, by others whom I follow. I am a really fan of podcasts. I look a lot of English podcasts, English, US, Canada. My family lives in Canada, so that's also nice. But they are not knitters. But I love to watch podcasts, Dutch. Yeah, that's what I never watch Netflix anymore. I never watch normal television. I only, when I sit, I knit and I watch podcasts. So that's where I saw all these beauties from other podcasters. And last year, I think it was May, or I don't know exactly anymore, I thought, now I have to start a blanket like this. And I knit the first night 5 squares. But I did it wrong. I didn't pay attention, so I had this seam I had so now and then on this side. So that was not nice. So the first 5 squares I cut off and I knit them again. And if you look very closely, you see that this is standing the wrong way. The stripe is the right way, but it's normally it would be like this, so and so. But yeah, that's not bothering me. It's yeah, it was new for me. I had to learn a lot. Now I'm taking the stitches on Stephen West method. I learned a lot from the knitting the shawls from Stephen West, so that was really cool. And I love this project. I don't know how big it will be. Maybe I think I'm on 3/4 of it, but we'll see. And then I want to bind off with a I-cord bind off, and then is my first coziest memories blanket ready. But that will take, I think, another half year, maybe around Christmas time. That's a nice goal to make it, or to have it done. So yeah, lovely project. And even denken. Oh yeah, I love Stephen West. Sometimes days I think I only going to knit Stephen West patterns. The next day I think, oh, I'm only going to knit socks. The next day I think, oh no, I only want to knit Andrea Maury patterns. Is that recognizable? Do you do that too? Why do we do that? It doesn't matter. If you have fun, knit what you want. So I started the garter marlar. I have that on my needles. Ta-da! It's in a very colorful palette, mostly pink, purple, grey, and I put yellow through it because I had it left over from my first night. I want to do the leftovers also here in this vest. A vest, how do you call it? Cardigan. Yeah, I think it's a cardigan. And I start with a very lovely pink, because I always wear black, so as you can see. And I think, yeah, knitting in black is not nice. So then I thought, okay, I will make it in a lovely colors, and I hope to finish this. It doesn't matter because the weather is going to be warmer, but I think when I work on it, it will be maybe done in 3-4 weeks. I don't know. I still have to go 3 times heen en weer. Hoe zeg je dat in het Engels? 3 rows. And then I have to split for the sleeves. So that's my first time I knit a garment like this in the round on rondbreidnaalden. Hoe zeg je dat in het Engels? Nou ja, maybe you know what I mean. And that's the first time I split for the sleeves that way, so it's very excited for me. And it's a lovely knit. I love, I said it before, I love Stephen West pattern. It's not hard because it's only garter stitch, and I can't wait that I'm can wear this thing. So we'll see when I finish that. I knit it on 4.5mm needles. This is Knit Pro Symphony with a cord, I think 1 meter, or I don't know for sure, or 80 centimeters. It's a little bit too small, but it will do. So that's my garter marla. Yeah, I knit socks also. My second sock on the needles is this one. This is a Shoppel Wolle Sauberball, and I finished the first. I like this yarn a lot. It's very soft, and I love how it's changing colors. You just have to knit. You don't have to do anything else than knit. This is all. This is ook weer de Shadow Wrap short row heel, and I measured it before I make the toe, and then it looks like this. 64 stitches, 2.5mm needles. And the second sock, in my pile of knits, I just started the cast on the cuff. So it will this socks also won't be matchy, but I'm not. I don't think that's really important. It's in a lovely bag from Bertie and Puppet from the UK, from Jill. I'm also a big fan of her bags. She sews it very neat. I love it. And this is really handy. Hoe zeg je dat? Because when I go on Tuesdays, I go to my father on the bike, and sometimes my bag is full, and then I hang it. I put it on my wheel from stuur, zeg je dat? On my bike. So that's a nice bag. It's not too big and not too small, so it's perfect for a sock project. Also on my needles is I think this is going to be a long, I think it's going to be a long project because it's not a quick knit. It's also a Stephen West pattern. I bought it last year. It is I think the painting chevron shawl. I'm not sure. I do it with 3 colors, and And this is the main color, the dark red. I love this color. Then we've got the pinky lilac with speckles, and this is this is the third color. And yeah, it's not a quick knit. You have to pay attention because you have to do make one left, make one right, knit two together, and I still have to watch the pattern every row. I can't it's not easy to memorize, so I most of the time I knit two colors and then I put it away again. But it doesn't have to be. I don't have a. Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah, hoe zeg ik dat nou? Doesn't have to be ready tomorrow. The end of the year is also perfect. It's yeah, it's a long shawl, and when you see it on the picture, it is. Yeah, I think it's taken very much hours to make this complete, but that's okay. So that's what I learned from. I learned it all from Stephen West. Make one left, make one right, make one that kind of things. I love to knit with fingering weight yarn. That's my favorite. And this is I think this is a 3.75 millimeter needle, also a Chaigu. The cord is a little bit long, but no, it's not necessarily for this show because I think it's 50-60 centimeters. I didn't measure it, so that's what I guess. So that's all my needles too. Even denken. Yeah, I think I leave it for this for now, for the knitting. I have more knits, I have made more things, but I think that's maybe for another time. I have some acquisitions that's maybe nice to show. I bought this beautiful what's color? Yeah, purple color. It's called Butterfly Bush from Atelier Sopra, and I bought 2 minis with it for my blankets or for my. Oh yeah, I'm also knitting on the northeasterly blanket, so that's when I buy a skein, I always put 1 or 2 minis with it because I'm an addict. I'm a yarn addict and I'm a mini addict. So I think I'm going to use this also in the Garten Marler and then mix it up with another color. That's the idea. Okay, I think it will look nice. And I bought these lovely minis from West Yarn in Holland. She's living at the coast in Schorl, and I thought for Easter, this was the Easter egg package. So I thought it's really nice. I don't know what to make of it yet. I want to enjoy the package and look at the yarn, and there comes a project sooner or later. So that's my acquisition. Oh yeah, and I had another one. It was I love these girls, the Cozy Up girls from Canada. I always sit here Friday. Oh yeah, the Cozy Up girls are online again. The podcast from them. And their mother, Jojo Bags, she makes really nice project bags. And what I liked last in a few videos ago was this. It's, how do you call it, a wallet. I love it. Echt, it's really big. All my pasjes, papiertjes, papers, everything. Oh yeah, I can put in, and my telephone can fit in, but my telephone is now standing in a standard where I record my episode with. So that was my acquisition from Canada. It was 4 weeks on the way, 3 or 4 weeks, and it was a little bit a pity that I have to pay Inklaringskosten. Yeah, tax. I think it's tax in English. And I didn't know that for Canada. I didn't know that. So it was yeah, a little bit expensive, but I have no regrets. I love it a lot. I'm going to take it with me in my purse or in my bags when it fits, because sometimes I have little purses and I won't fit, but yeah, I love it. That was my latest acquisitions. Sorry, I had a little pause because I had a hot hot flashes. I'm 53 years old, and yeah, you know what that means. So I hope you liked this podcast of mine, or my knitting podcast. If you liked it, I would love that you would subscribe to my channel, like my video, share it with your friends, because when I reach 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway, and then you win this mug. Not this one, this is mine, but I have another one for the subscribers to give away. I can show it, but it's the same as the other one. So when I hit the 500 subscribers, I'm going to give this mug away. Knittinginden te leuk. Te leuk is like too nice or so. Maybe you cannot really translate it into English, but that's what I say a lot. My followers say, "Oh, you always say te leuk." It's te leuk, te nice. Yeah, and that's why I thought, oh, that's nice to do knittinginden te leuk. Yeah, my Instagram is knittinginden, so you can find me on Instagram under knittinginden. Also on Ravelry, it's knittinginden the name, and on YouTube. I also have a Cindy account, a Cindy Instagram account, and that is Cindy_collector. That's the name of my Cindy Instagram account. There I share my Cindy things, my knits, sometimes my walks with the Cindy. I have a hashtag Cindy walks. So that's another Instagram of me, and yeah, I think this was it for now. I still have a hot flash, so you can see. I love the knitting community. I love yarn. I love to watch all your podcasts. I learned a lot through watching many podcasts, and that's the reason that I thought in September I want to do that too. I want to inspire people too, and yeah, when the choice that I made to do it, it brought me already so much. I love it so much. And my other son says to me, you have to do it in English too. And that's what I thought. Okay, yes, that's maybe an option. But yeah, what I say, I don't speak English a lot anymore. I don't want to pronounce things wrong or whatever. But I think we can reach more people when you do it also in English. I won't stop in Dutch, because that's my own language, and that talks easier for me, and I can express myself better in Dutch. But I have to talk more English, because then otherwise it will go away or so. In the summer I go to London again. I've been to London this year in January. Last year I've been to London twice. Normally I go 3 to 4 times a year, but through COVID it was we couldn't travel. And when I'm in London, mostly I go alone, because I like that. I have the time on my side. Nobody's going to, I can do whatever I want. But then I'm alone and I'm not talking. a lot of English, yeah, in the shops, little sentences, little words, but not whole conversations. And that's a pity. I like to talk English. I think my roots, or maybe in England, that's what we think. But that's another story. So that's, I think, where the love of the UK for, yeah. When I come in London, I always feel, whew, rest. I don't know what it is. It's my town. I don't know. I've been to more places in the UK. I've been to Liverpool. I've been to Birmingham. I've been to Edinburgh in Scotland. If it was up to me, I would go every month. Some people ask me, why do you want to live in London? But that's not, no, I don't want to live there. I want to go on holiday, nice weekends. The last, in January, I went yarn shopping. I did go to Beautiful Knitters and to Loop London. So if you're interested in that, you can watch my video. It's in my video list, but it's also I talk Dutch through that. But you can see what I do in London. So that's what I really like. Maybe when it works, I will link it below the video. I'm a beginner YouTuber, so yeah, bear with me if something doesn't go as, hoe zeg je dat? Nou ja, I do my best. I do my best to make it, to put links in the description box. In the first few episodes, I didn't know how that works, but I'm getting better in that too. So that's my little bit of my story. I've got so many things to tell. In Dutch, I talk you de oren van het hoofd, zeggen ze dan. Talk you the ears from your head. My sons, they always say, when we ask you something, you have to just say yes or no. But I always talk a whole story with it. I tell a whole story with it. So that's who I am, Ivonne. My mother was the same, so I don't have it from a stranger. Unfortunately, she's not here anymore, but she lives through me. I feel that, absolutely. So that's very nice. I will put a few footages of my what I do the rest of the week in the Dutch podcast I have on Tuesday. Tuesday is donderdag, hè? As well. I have in 1 week I do the podcast, the Sit podcast. The other week you see the weekly vlogs for what I did the whole week, mostly about knitting, sometimes a little bit crochet, sometimes a little bit daily life things here in Twente in Holland. So if you like that, I will put a little bit of footage afterwards, and I will will talk you through it through a voice over. I'm planning to, when I think this is nice enough for everybody to watch, I will plan once a month. I think I make an English podcast. That's, denk ik, doable for me. And the first, I think I'm going to upload this video today or tomorrow. This first episode will be up maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. But normally I will do it on Thursdays. So when you liked this, you can count 4 weeks ahead, and then I will make another video in English. And if you like it a lot, you can subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Sometimes I take you through the Dutch nature. I walk, but it's up to you. I think it's nice to watch. I always like to watch it with with the other podcasters, what they do in the daily life. I love the hoe heet dat ook alweer? Oh, sorry. I love Vlogmas. I love that a lot. I did do Vlogmas last year for the first time. So, but yeah, it's all in Dutch. But yeah, and now I'm doing April vlogs for 2 weeks. From Good Friday I started until 23 April, Sunday. That's 15 days because we had a wool swap and I make a daily vlog for my followers. But that's in Dutch. So if you want to learn Dutch, you can watch. And otherwise, you can watch a little bit of the footage. I don't know if you're interested. I will say I am a big fan of Jana from Finnish Knitting Stories. She's from Finland. She talks really good English. I'm jealous of that. But that's one of the podcasters I love the most. And the Cozy Up Girls, Annie. There are many nice podcasters, but when those two are on the screen, I am, oh yeah. Oh yeah, and also every Monday I watch Knit All the Yarn podcast from Lisa. I like that too. She's a scrap queen like me. And yeah, and here in Holland it's a Sarah, of course. She's so inspiring. She's she's unique in her. I think she's unique in her expression, everything, and very enthusiastic. That's what I like. Maybe I forget something. I sure will. But oh yeah, of course. One is absolutely Jude Harper. I like him a lot. I love his English pronouncement. I love him. Yeah, it's really one of my big favorites. But he's a little bit through the situation. He's not every week with a podcast here, unfortunately. And Ellie from This Little Wonderful Life and Little Drops of Wonderful. That's the same person. I learned a lot through her. That's one of my favorites too. So I hope I don't forget to pronounce. But yeah, these 5 or 6 are my absolute favorites, and they have inspired me to do the same. So now I'm going to quit. I see I talked for 47 minutes. Hoe dan, zeggen we in Nederlands. We say in Dutch, how then? That's not a problem for me, talking. Sorry for my, maybe bad English. I'm trying my best. The next time will be better, I hope. So, greetings from Holland and happy knitting! Doei! Here you see my Coziest Memories blanket on the table. It was yesterday. I filmed this yesterday, but my cat Pookie was lying on the top of the table, so I couldn't spread it out like I wanted to. She's a very nice cat. She's my best friend. And we have another cat called Saartje, but she's not here in the video on this moment, but you will see her later. So this is this is my Coziest Memories blanket. This is how big this is. Look at Pookie, she's stretching out. I don't know how long this piece of video is, so I talk you through, but it can stop so. This is one of my absolute favorite projects, and it will certainly, when it's done, I will certainly make another one. And here I'm standing in front of the mirror with my Fiddly Bits call, and that was also a really nice scrap project. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, Fiddly Bits call. So that's what I'm telling here in Dutch. Hopefully the sound is, I have to put the sound off when I edit this. So ik ben blij that it's done. This is a picture of me. And this was a nice tree, the magnolia tree. And this is little Pookie again. She's nice. She likes to drink water from the sink. And I don't mind that she's there on my kitchen thing. I don't know how you call it. And this is my vertices unite on de waslijn. On the, hoe heet dat in het Engels? I don't know. So I spread it out to let people see how big it is. This is my back garden. And it was cold that day. It was not, a little bit sunny. Oh, there's Saartje. You see the red cat? That is our cat, Saartje. So she's also a lady too. Lady cats we have. Now I see it's nearly done. So I wish you a very, very nice day. Hopefully you like this video and subscribe, subscribe, and I will see you next month with another English podcast. Goodbye.